Hello, today we will talk about how food, what we consume on a daily basis, affects our mind, our vibration, our energy. Because we neglect this topic because we think that what we eat is just to feel full. But it's not about this. We should eat not in order to feel, let's say, stimulated by this, by our dopamine, by sugar, but you should eat in order to feel vital, in order to feel full of energy. Because if we eat, for example, dinner, breakfast, and later we feel lethargic, we feel that we don't have energy to do anything that is more demanding, we are not eating in the proper way. And we should take care of this in order to improve our mental health, in order to improve our vibrations, and in order to lengthen our lifespan. Because by eating consciously, we can live much longer and happier. You can see that if you apply changes in your diet and you eat more foods that improve your energy, you feel constant improvement, because by eating, we affect our whole life, because our life is here, it's in our body. And if we take care of our temple, we will treat it with utmost love and reverence, we will see immense improvements. Today I'm going to show you this. It's pretty important and it was created in ancient India. However, I think that it's still applicable, and in these times people didn't have some tools that nowadays scientists have. However, they still describe 3 types of food, and in general food and what we should drink, and it's described like this. Some foods add energy for us, some foods are neutral for us, and some foods are depleting our energy. We should of course focus on eating what adds natural energy for us, because if we are eating food just to stimulate ourselves because it tastes great, it's processed, it's only illusion for our ego, and it's good in in short term. But in long term, when we are forcing ourselves to eat more healthy foods, we are going to get much more benefits, because if we are eating healthy food, we are also improving our mental clarity, our mental health. Because see, that in reality, most people that are feeling depressed, lazy, are not taking enough care of themselves. They focus on one thing, but you need to know that if you want to function on highest possibilities that you have to reach your full potential, you should take care of all aspects of your life. You should not be a master, because if you want to be master, we should dedicate a lot of time for only one field and improve it every day. But if you want to maintain this health, unfortunately, we need to focus on a lot of aspects of our life, and yes, also about food. We should discard our old habits of eating, and we should start to eat at least consciously. We should discover some information about what we are putting into our mouth, what we are drinking. If we have some basic information about what we are consuming, later we are more conscious about what we eat, and we will know why some emotions appear in our life, why we don't feel as much exuberant as we should feel. I noticed it personally, that when I changed my diet, my energy improved tremendously, and a lot of ailments that I used to have in the past disappeared, because I fixed something that needed to be fixed, and my body, my machine, is working much properly, and I need, for example, less sleep in order to feel well rested. Because around the world there is this popular belief, for example, that people need to sleep 8 hours, but is it efficient? Maybe you can do it maybe you can sleep less and more efficiently, because on most people that these studies were done in order to prove that humans need 8 hours of sleep, these people do believe that they were taking care of all aspects of health? Because I don't believe this. Look at yogis, look at Sadhguru. For over 30 years of his life, he used to sleep for 2.5 hours a day. So you see that you can be full of energy, exuberant, and don't sleep that much. Because maybe we are sleeping too much because throughout the day we don't take enough care of our body. And if we will take care of our energy, of our body, how we feel, we will see that if you take care of this machine in a proper way, we don't need that much sleep, because we are more restful throughout the day. It's not only about mindfulness, about keeping yourself present, but also about keeping your body at ease. Because if you feel that your heart is constantly pumping this blood, you're stressed, you feel this restlessness, you cannot go at ease. It means that something's wrong with your body, but you neglect this because maybe you see that around people feel also the same. But your body should be in a constant state of rest, except when you're doing activity that requires your effort, for example, running, going or gym, playing sports. Yes, your body will naturally stress because it needs to pump blood. You need some natural adrenaline and cortisol, but if you're constantly under influence of adrenaline and cortisol, what is happening with your body is destroying. Later, your organs don't function properly. See, of course, we are not perfect, so we are not going probably to eat only foods that add energy for us, a natural energy, because we don't also want to limit ourselves fully. Sometimes you want to eat something from here, but we need to take into account that, for example, if you drink alcohol too often, it's not only going to deplete your energy, but it's going to annihilate your life in many aspects. It's going to lower your confidence. See how important energy is. Something is depleting your energy, and it's also depleting a lot of other things in your health. If you have low energy, our body don't function in a proper way. Because see, we are getting older every day, and yes, our body can also is getting older, but if we will take proper care of our energy throughout our whole life, we can keep same energy as we were in our 20s, if we were in our 80s. Yes, we will be older in this time, but our energy will stay the same if we will really take care of what we are eating, what we are drinking, what people we are surrounding ourselves with. If we will become self-conscious, we will discover what are our desires, why we desire something, why we react in some situations in particular way. Fruits and vegetables are things that are easily digestible, which means that if you'll eat it, it doesn't need a long time in order to be fully digested in your stomach. In the case of fruits, it's usually around 6 to 7 hours, whereas in vegetables, it's up to 12 hours. So this food is going to make you feel lighter. You feel that you don't feel this inertia in your body, and it's much more energetic. Also, fruits contain a lot of vitamins and minerals, so they are going to make you healthier. And of course, they are going to give you a lot of things basically which are necessary for your body in order to function properly. Honey, of course, is also very healthy. It contains a lot of vitamins, and it's very sweet, so it's good substitute if you want to quit sugar and substitute and put something healthier into this place. I recommend you honey. It's pretty great, and it's not relatively, I would say, expensive. You can get it pretty cheaply in good quality. Nuts and beans, I don't want to even describe them because it's obvious that they are pretty healthy. It's from nature. It's not processed, so it's pretty healthy for us to eat this. It's nature, it's energy, it's life. Because some things that we eat are not alive, they are fully processed, and later if we will eat it, we immediately don't feel any spike of energy, just spike of dopamine for a few minutes, seconds, and later it goes down and our body feels that we need to sleep, we need to rest, we don't want to do anything, you know what I'm saying. Natural foods, eggs. Eggs contain a lot of vitamins and minerals also. It's bomb of vitamins, let's say. However, according to this philosophy, this chart, it's not adding as much energy, so it's neutral. Chocolate. Only chocolate, which I will consider healthy and beneficial, is dark chocolate, 90% to 100% bitter, because Dark chocolate contains theobromine, and it's healthier substitute of caffeine. So it's going to increase our energy, but it's going to make it more gradually and for longer periods of time than caffeine. And it's not going to give you that anxiety, I think. And also, dark chocolate boosts our serotonin. So if you eat it from time to time, you're going to reap benefits and feel immediate change in your state. Salt, Himalayan salt, is much healthier than this from sea. And if you feel that you need to use salt in your diet, use Himalayan because it's a better alternative, and it can also contain a lot of things that can be beneficial for your body. But I think that it's also not the best option to overuse it, to add it to every meal. Potatoes. I mean, I'm living in Poland, so we are eating usually classic potatoes. I don't know even what are the name of these classical ones, but they contain a lot of carbohydrates. So after eating this, after some period of time, I'm feeling lousy and I feel less energy than before. So I think that they're good fillers because when I'm eating it, I feel much more fuller after. So it's easy to feel satiated, but they are not pretty beneficial in terms of our energy. Deplete energy. Tobacco, of course, if we are smoking. Nicotine is like every kind of instant gratification, beneficial for us in a short term, but in the long term, it's annihilating our health, and it's very, very addictive. We don't want to be addicted to anything because we are becoming slaves. We want to have will to choose what we want to consume. Alcohol, it's easy way to quit our responsibility, our reality, and most people drink it basically to relax, to feel this ease, to quit their head. But I don't even know what to say because you probably know exactly that alcohol is bad for your health and you should avoid it or at least limit it to 1 or 2 times per month. But I personally recommend you to don't drink it at all because I think that you can get this courage that you want naturally. You don't have to drink alcohol in order to go seduce girls, to feel comfortable in social situations. You can get it naturally by training yourself, your social skills. Coffee, it's pretty controversial because also most people drink coffee, but I personally noticed that when I quit coffee for first 2 weeks, it was tragedy for me, disaster. I needed to sleep at least 12 hours a day, but later I noticed that when I quit caffeine, and coffee of course, I felt more energy and I felt that most of my anxiety in my life just went away. I'm pretty calm when I'm not drinking coffee, so I recommend you this. But of course, you can drink it in moderation from time to time, but quit it for a while and see what changes you can see, what benefits you can get, because I think that it can be pretty beneficial if you quit it, and also you will see that you're pretty addicted to it. Chili, spicy things in general are not best choice for our health and for our energy. However, some people liked it. Do it in moderation. Eat it in moderation. Foods from flour, for example, bread, buns. In some cases they can be healthy, but in most cases they contain a lot of carbohydrates. They're highly processed, so limit it and don't focus your diet mostly on these products. Soda and sugar, of course, these things are not giving you any benefits. Just you buy Pepsi or Cola, you drink it, and later no energy. And it's you can clean your toilet with Coca-Cola, not drink it. Fast foods are highly processed foods, and they are fast, they are working fast, but in the long term they don't bring you any benefits for your health. Meat processed. I'm personally vegetarian, but you don't have to be vegetarian. I mean, some people consider meat healthy, some people not. It's a very subjective topic. However, if you're consuming it, you should not consume it in large amounts. You should consume it only 10 to 20% of your diet should be meat and fish. Fish is also considered meat. But you should not eat processed meat. at least if you're eating it, get it from local agricultural, from men that are having this meat in a good quality. Make sure that these animals are not suffering throughout all their life, closed in cages. At least get it from people who are treating these animals at least more ethical, because it also affects us on karmic and energetical level, because this all food contains memory. And if you're eating meat, it also contains a lot of memory because it's from an animal that used to live. So take care of this, and at least if you're eating it, eat with gratitude and understand that some creature needed to dedicate their life to die, basically, for you to eat it. And also, everything that we eat is some kind of life. So we need to always be grateful before eating something, because if we are eating compulsively, it can become easily addiction, and later we will lose control whatsoever about what we are eating, and we will not feel this natural happiness that we have possibility to eat. That's all for today's video. I think that it can be helpful for you. Tell me if you want to see more videos about food, about these things, because I described them only briefly in this video to show you that there are 3 kinds of foods and drinks that you can eat. Leave me a comment, like, subscribe my channel, and share it. See you. Bye bye.